Hello everyone, thanks for stopping in on the channel. My name is JollyGreen, and some of you may have noticed that I have been relatively absent as far as this YouTube channel goes, and that's because I've been a little busy. My girlfriend just gave birth to our second child, so I've been a little caught up with that. Haven't been able to make a video, but I've also been putting a little bit of work into this Minecraft world that we have here going on, and let me show you what we've got. So starting here at the house, it's nothing super special. There's actually still work that needs to be done to it, but we've got this little crop farm, the silo. But I was thinking the other day that we really need to get back into the videos, making content for this channel. I thought we need to go back to the past. And what better way to do that than a time machine? So if I can, need to grab my elytra. There, much better. And so now we're off. Ah, yes, here it is. Perfect. I thought I left it parked over here. And what we have here is nothing other than a time machine. This little box should do what we need to do to take us back to the past. Just take a step inside, and we have the time machine. Close these doors up and let's take off. All right, here we go. All right, so right off the bat, the differences between last version and this version, the first thing you're going to notice is that we have a hotbar. Super handy. So we have sand. One thing I'm curious about here with the sand, seeing that now. Oh, we'll see our next addition here. We have an inventory menu, which is handy as fuck. So we're gonna switch to sand. We're gonna, ooh, that's okay. See, I was wondering how the gravity was gonna work for the sand, and it doesn't fall. It just automatically goes to the bottom, wherever it would naturally if it did fall, which makes sense. I was hoping that I would get floating sand, but I mean, I'll take it. I mean, it's still interesting to see anyhow. Boop, boop. Yeah, same with the gravel. Good to know. So also you'll notice one thing that I mentioned in the last update that we actually have now are trees. They spawn on World Gen. We're going to take this log out to experiment, essentially. I want to see if the leaves decay. But I would assume, looking at these leaves here, that they do not decay. So this is before leaf decay has been added. Quality of life change that they added from between last version and this is the scroll wheel on your mouse. It scrolls through the hotbar, which is handy. Of course, the hotbar was just added this update too. So, you know, I guess it came with it, but still being able to switch between the blocks in the last update would have been nice, which is obviously why they added it. So another thing we got added in this update is the bricks that are in my hand. We also got glass and the half stone slabs. But yeah, I think I mentioned this last time, and these blocks have been added since the beginning, and they've just recently, in like the pillage or the village and pillage update, been able to be a craftable block in survival Minecraft, which kind of blows my mind. See if we hit B to go to our inventory. We have Mossy Cobblestone, which also has just recently been added as a craftable block. Or kind of recently, anyways. We have what they're referring to as cloth on the wiki. And this comes in some different colors than what I was expecting to see. So there is white, light gray, dark gray, red, orange, yellow, and then there's a chartreuse, which I think is this one, maybe. There's green and spring green. There's violet, purple, magenta. So yeah, magenta's still a thing, but I don't think violet and purple are. You know what I mean? And rose cloth. It's just they didn't add the colored cloth in survival until that update, and they added the colors that we have now. So I think it's interesting that they had these blocks all along in this version and kind of threw, not necessarily threw some of the colors out, but readjusted because they're still 16. So they swapped some colors out for the current color palette that we have. I'm just going to clear out some dirt. I want to make, ooh, look at that. We find another one of the updates or an added feature. We have mushrooms spawn in on the world. So that's handy. And I was actually going over some of the added blocks here. So as we see, we have mushrooms here. We've already seen the flowers. I believe they changed the sprite for, yeah, see, they updated the block texture for the saplings. So that's actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same texture that they are currently. So not much has changed there. Added ore blocks. We can't get... Oh, no, we can. I stand corrected. Okay. So we can just get ore blocks right in the creative menu. But gold, coal, and iron, all on World Gen. They don't drop anything, of course, because we are in creative. So they haven't added the actual ingot or like the actual coal itself, just the coal ore. Another thing that I think is interesting as well is the addition of the sponge. So the sponge, much similar to the wool, is something that's been around for a while and has been implemented until somewhat recent updates. Whereas the sponge now has essentially the same functionality that it does in current game. You know, like it absorbs water. According to the wiki, it's a 5-block wide area of water surrounding it. It doesn't absorb lava, it just stops it from flowing. Which I still haven't seen any lava, so lava might be a myth. But see, bam, 5x5. And when they first added sponges, they had them decay after a little bit. But that ended up changing relatively quickly. But sponges weren't a feature added into the main survival game until the update Aquatic. But I wanted to kind of build a little house. I really don't feel like I can get... I don't know, that doesn't look awful. We're going to build a quaint little house up on this hill. See if we can build a nice... Put in a nice path to it. It's kind of a janky path, but you know, with our current options, our palette selection, we're gonna make do with what we got. Another quality of life that I just realized, and again, this is similar to those blocks that we were talking about before, where it was just recently implemented in survival Minecraft. There is a feature, apparently dates all the way back to this creative version, of pick block, is what it's referred to as. So essentially, we look at the gravel, we push down on our mouse wheel, and bam, we have gravel in our hands. So that's phenomenally handy. Bam. One interesting thing is that we don't have grass blocks yet. they're not an option in the creative inventory. We can place dirt down all day long, but grass, nope. And we're probably going to we're gonna make this the doorway here. Honestly, we go up like that. We could do, oh yeah, perfect. Brick, 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 brick. Just go around and punch out this border. And replace it with the cobble. See, and already, like, building that last house, the game was struggling to keep up with my clicks and my, like, what I wanted it to do. Not half as much issue as in this version. They're definitely working out a lot of those kinks, making it a lot more playable. Still no door, so that's a thing. An unfortunate thing. That's tall enough, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. And let's see. I'm thinking just a straight roof and of course we got not much to choose from as far as roughs go. Mossy cobble it is. We could do a border with mossy cobble and then an inner of maybe just some wool or cloth, I guess it's called in this version. Um, let's try that. Oh, I think I never finished pointing this out earlier, but the build mode. Oh, Jesus. The building in this version is starting to become a lot more like I mean, it's exactly like it is in current game. Like in the last version, we had to right click to choose between build mode and destroy mode. That was bonkers. Let's see about this side. We're gonna place a block as a placeholder. Oh, okay. And the grass decays immediately, just about as soon as it's dark. That's interesting. Some bitch. I can't even reach from here. It's bogus. There, so that's the point. Hopefully this turns out decent. I mean, so far it's looking all right. And then I do think we're gonna fill it with. Oh, this is stone? This isn't even the. I mean, I suppose stone would work, right? Is there anything wrong with using stone? I'm tempted to just fill it up a bit. See how she looks. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's try dark gray wool. That's better, I feel. Maybe it's I don't like it being placed here. That might be what it is. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's try this again. And place it right here. Yeah, that works. Trying to just kind of toy with the depth, but I just didn't like how it was looking. Oh, okay. So the third quality of life change that I've noticed between last version we were playing and this, auto crafting slash destroying. So I can now hold down the mouse button and she's just gonna fucking roll with it. Ooh. Um. So that's super handy. What if we did a log across the top? Oh, nope, can't do that. What we can do is cap it with this, though. That'll look decent. We could even say, fuck this one, and just do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. Cool. Meet up in the middle, and then We do need something to fill in here, so let's try it with the logs. Alright, so not being able to place on that is mildly stupid. I can't place it right there, and that's where I wanted to. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. There you have it. We have a basic house using just the blocks available in the super classic Minecraft. And you know what? I'd say that it's not the best looking house. I'll admit. I'll be the first to admit. But it's a house. It's got a floor. It's got 2 floors actually, because I put this floor down. There's not much room in the basement. You can't jump, but you don't need to exercise in the basement. It's just a fucking basement. This is where it's at. And I mean, that transition doesn't look great. I'd honestly probably should put a floor down, but I'm not going to. So you know what? There it is.